All right, hey guys. So this is the video for your answers to the multiplication classwork that you got. This is the explanation video. All right, so our first question, well, before we get into our first question, the things you need to remember are, one, if there is a variable, if there's a number directly beside a variable, it means they are being multiplied. We know that. Also, when you're multiplying numbers or terms, and you want to know if the answer should be negative or positive, you can actually look in your question and count the number of negatives that are there. If you find that there are, let's say, 2, 4, 6, 0 negatives in the question, then it means your answer will be positive. All of these are even numbers. If you look in your question and see that all the terms being multiplied, and you say, all right, let me check how many negative terms are there, and you say 1, 3, 5, or 7, 9, etc. Those are odd numbers. It tells you your answer will be negative. All right. Otherwise, you just need to know that a negative times a negative or a positive times a positive, both of those answers will be positive, right? And that's because the signs are the same. And bear in mind, these are the rules for multiplication and division, not addition and subtraction. All right, if you're multiplying two signs that are different, I know you may have heard my electrical story with wires. Multiplying different wires, you get shocked. That's negative. All right. So here we go. Question 1 says A times 2 times C, and that's simple. All of these are being multiplied. You just need to write down the number first. It's 2AC. You can pause to make corrections because I won't stop the video. Number 2 is going to be 3x times 4x. Multiply the numbers, that's going to be 12. Multiply the letters, x times x, that's going to be x squared. We also established that there is a rule for multiplying letters, multiplying the variables. Once variables are the same, you can add the powers. The power of x here would have been 1. 1 plus 1 gives us our 2, or squared. All right. Here we go. Negative 2m squared times 3m to the 5th power. Negative 2 times 3, that's negative 6. Positive times a negative. And for our variable m, we realize that the powers are 2 and 5, so we add the powers. Our final answer is negative 6m to the 7th power. We move to question number 4. Feel free to go back and write off those questions, pause the video and write the answers. 3pq cubed times 4qr. 3 times 4 gives us 12. We have p not being multiplied by any other p, so it's just p. And then we have q, that's q cubed, and times q to the first, so we add the powers. And then we have r. So final answer is 12p q to the 4th power, r. Our next question says negative 20n squared times negative 2n cubed times negative 4n to the 5th power. All of the variables are the same, so this should be easy. So we focus on the numbers first. Negative 2 times negative 20 times negative 2 times negative 4. Remember, you are multiplying, not subtracting, not dividing. It's just the same as if all these numbers are in a bracket. So I don't want to hear anybody say that they are multiplying or that they are subtracting, sorry, or dividing. So here we go, multiplying the numbers. We get negative 2 times negative 20 times negative 2, that's negative 40. Negative 40 times negative 4, that's positive 40. And positive 40 times negative 4 is negative 160. If you didn't want